blasters, let's go, gonna break it down, piece by piece. Nerf's got a secret we'll release.
What is up, Nerf Nation? It's your boy Normatico, and I am back with another Blaster review. Today we are actually going to be going to 2023 to discuss Buzzbee Toys Double Shot. Now, the Double Shot released in 2023, it is essentially a reshell of another blaster. You might have seen it before as the Walking Dead version's Rick Shotgun, the main difference being the fact that instead of being a side-by-side barrel, it is up and down, so with the top barrel being the initial shot and the second blast coming from the bottom barrel itself. Now, it is a ejection shell blaster, so that being said, you do have to load your shells with darts and then load the darts into the barrel itself. It is a break action, and to load it, you just do as follows. Now, you of course have to do the break, so you press this little button here, and then you have to pull on the barrel itself. You hear that click. That is actually now primed and ready to fire. Once you close it, you load your shells. Assume that these are loaded with standard light darts, as such, and you fire. And then one single shot, you pull the trigger again. That's your double shot, or alternately, you can actually fire them both at the same time just by doing one extreme trigger pull. Now, it does have shell storage in the back. You could actually hold two fully loaded shells back here. You could probably fit about 4 shells in there if they were not loaded with darts, but I wouldn't necessarily try that. The blaster itself does come with 4 total shells and 4 darts, and it is designed for the AccuBlast darts. That is these right here. They kind of look like the waffle tip darts, and they're actually very decent. The performance on them is very good compared to, say, Standard Elites or the original Air Warriors distance darts. Now, the blaster itself does promote up to 80 feet of distance. As to whether or not I believe that, I'll be honest with you, Buzzbee tends to be very honest with their blasters when it comes to the distances. However, their shell-firing blasters leave a little bit to be desired in performance. However, I'm not a performance junkie when it comes to Buzzbee toys. I just think it's all about the fun, and yeah, shell action, it is fun. Now, I will tell you that it does have the pretty side, which is the left side, and then the blank side over here. Left side having the name here in the nice little color scheme, and then in back, it just has actual directions as to how to load the blaster, how to prime it, and how to fire it. So, it does not have any rails up top, no Buzzbee rail at all to be seen, and the only real buttons you see here is the actual break action release and the trigger. So that being said, it is a very simplistic blaster. Now, it does retail currently on Amazon for $14.99. It says that the MSRP is $24.99. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Again, I think the seller might be lying because this blaster, it was in Dollar General for around $15. So yeah, I don't think I'm getting a sale at $14.99. Now, one thing I will tell you, though, is that it is reminiscent of what was called the Gunsmoke. The Gunsmoke is a little bit more expensive, and it is a top-down barrel. The difference being is that there is a puff of smoke that comes out with the dart, hence why it's called the Gunsmoke. So, yeah. That being said, the blaster itself, it is very kiddie-friendly. The color scheme, it is the modern color scheme that is known with the Easy Fire blasters. So you do have some green with the blue and the orange. But there's surprisingly not very much white on here. So yeah, you do with that what you will. Now, one of the things I will tell you about this blaster itself, the plastic itself, it is a little bit flimsy back here. Very soft, very bendy, very Alpha Strike-esque. However, the barrel, which is actually what you grip the most to open it up, it is very firm. This is very tough plastic. I do not feel that this is going to break easily. Now, one of the things I will say about these blasters, because this is not the first time I've owned a break action blaster like this, is that it does have a band inside. And the band, it's strong, but it does feel like it might break if you just wrench it over too quickly. So, again, I've never seen it break before, but don't be surprised. So, that being said, unfortunately, due to the weather constraints outside right now, again, it is a very cold 5 degrees outside right now, so I am not about to go brave the elements just to do a distance test. We will judge it based on the chronograph test. So the chronograph test, again, it does say 80 feet per second, or sorry, it says up to 80 feet of distance. That translates roughly in a chronograph to about 72 to 75 feet per second. What that means is that is with an angled shot. At 72 to 75 FPS, you're looking at a straight shot of right around 40 to 45, maybe 50 with certain blasters. So let's see what this gets. Let's go to the chronograph, and then we'll be back with our final thoughts right after.
Let's go, gonna break it down, piece by piece. Nerf's got a secret, will release. Old or new, we'll check the scene. Worth the bucks or just a dream. For kids, for teens, for the keen. We'll test the best you've ever seen. Blast away, day by day, we'll find the ones that play the way. Second-hand blasters, you know the name. In this game, we rise to fame. Feel that beat, it's coming in hot. Drums are pumping, hit the spot. Blasters fire, we won't stop. Hey, tune in now, we're on top. Hey. Hey, welcome to the show. Second-hand blasters, let's go. Gonna break it down, piece by piece. Nerf's got a secret, we'll release. Old or new, we'll check the scene. Worth the bucks or just a dream. For kids, for teens, for the keen. We'll test the best you've ever seen. Blast away, day by day, we'll find the ones that play the way. Second-hand blasters, you know the name. In this game, we rise to fame. Feel that beat, it's coming in hot. Drums are pumping, hit the spot. Blasters fire, we won't stop. Hey, tune in now, we're on top. Hey.
Alrighty, so we are back with our final thoughts regarding the double shot. I'll be honest with you, the chronograph, I'm a little disappointed. And again, I'm not a performance junkie, especially when it comes to Buzzbee. However, what I am all about is being honest with the consumer. As a consumer, if I see shoots up to 80 feet, I expect for it to get up to 80 feet, or at least close to it. Based on chronograph readings, this only got 54 of a high. Yeah, that is with a pristine dart. So with a pristine dart, the most distance you're going to get out of this is maybe about 60 to 65 feet. If that, with an angled shot, you're going to get 80 if there's a nice windy breeze and it catches air and it just keeps on soaring to the 80-foot mark. Straight shot, you're looking at right around, I'm going to say 25 feet to 30 feet, maybe 40, but you're going to be hitting someone's toe at that point. I would say that the effective range is around the 25-foot mark before it starts curving completely downwards. So again, this is not a blaster that you're going to be taking out to a backyard battle necessarily. It's more for indoors, and even then it's very close quarters. Now, here's the issue that I have with this blaster and why I would not even use it for a Nerf war, so to speak. The reload speed. Look, shell ejection, it's fun. It is a blast. I'm not going to take that away from it. However, with these shells, the fact that it only comes with 4, you run into the issue of, okay, I wasted my shells. I got to open it very carefully, make sure that they don't go flying, which be very careful because these shells will go flying. I've actually had one of these launch about 10 feet out when they've fallen. Then you have to actually take it out. You have to reload the other one. And you can probably speed load this, certainly. And then you're ready to go. But what happens? You have 2 empty shells, so you have 4 effective shots before you actually have to stop and reload completely. Now, of course, if you're playing with a partner, if you're playing undercover, that becomes a lot less of a risk. But again, you're only undercover for so long because when someone sees that you are having to reload, they have a good 10 to 15 seconds that they can just run, jump by your defenses, and blast you from behind. So again, that is the one issue that you have with shell ejection blasters. Now, who is this blaster for? It does say recommended ages 8 and up. I'll be honest with you, 8 and up is safe. I think that an 8-year-old would have a lot of fun with this blaster. Even a 7-year-old and a 6-year-old, they're not going to shoot their eye out with this because, again, it is not that powerful. It is fun, however. So, can I recommend it for $14.99? Look, it's a gimmick blaster. $14.99, I've spent more than that on a gimmick blaster. So, yes, I can recommend it. Not for me, though. It is not my type of thing. In fact, this one is probably going to be returned only because of the fact that it is not performing the way it's intended to. It's not performing what it's promoted to do. And because of that, I'm not happy with it. However, if I was a 6-year-old kid, definitely not a problem. This is fun. So The other issues I want to bring into mind about these blasters is that, again, you have that rubber band. When you open it up, it feels like it might snap. And me as a consumer, again, it's more of a mental thing here. I know it's not going to break, but it feels like it's going to. And perception is reality. So there is that. But yeah, all in all, I would have to say that out of a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this one around a 5, with 1 being the absolute worst thing you can buy off of Temu, and 10 being a sprinter, current market Raven kind of a thing. If you were to actually compare that and put that out into even more advanced blasters, this is closer to like a 3 as opposed to a 10 being a pro-level blaster. Now, there you have it. That is it for the Buzzbee Double Shot. I want to thank you for watching Secondhand Blasters. Until next time, keep on blasting.
Drums are pumping, hit the spot. Blasters fire, we won't stop.